The views expressed on this podcast are our own. It doesn't represent our job, boss, church, fraternity, sorority, organization, baby mama, baby daddy, parole officer. We keep it real, we keep it honest, and sometimes we say some wild stuff, so don't call HR. Just enjoy the show. Welcome to the Black Belt Podcast. How y'all doing? Thanks for all my watchers, all my listeners, everybody been following, supporting. I'm your host, Edwin Dennis, and all my new followers and listeners, I would appreciate if y'all like, share, get in the comments. And today we got a very special guest. Y'all might have seen him all across social media platforms. You might have seen him helping out in the community, being an organizer, a leader. You might have seen him on the ballot. He just received over 15,000 votes in the state of Alabama. He's a brother, he's a friend. Yeah, I'd like to welcome you to the show, Mr. JaMel Brown. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing great. This was
You finally got me down.
finally. I had to follow you around a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate you for coming through. But
No problem.
how everything going with you?
It's going pretty good, just fired up and continuously ready to make some things shake.
And you definitely making a shake. Over 15. That's a
Yeah.
people trying to say how he lost, but that's a movement.
Right.
That was,
Right. With no money being raised, no signs being placed out, I had set a precedent that many other candidates behind me can follow, and it's looking pretty good. Everybody decided now not to waste millions of dollars on campaigning when all you could do is just use your phone and travel.
right. So where you from? Let's get to know more about you.
From Montgomery, Alabama, the
Montgomery.
west side to be exact.
West Side.
Yeah.
How was your upbringing over there? Two-family household.
I was adopted by my parents, Mr. Jimmy Lee and Mary Brown. I'm the oldest. A lot of people don't know this. I'm actually the oldest of 11 kids on both sides. My papa, he got 9 of us, and the other one come from the mammy. And I say that because they didn't raise me and they wasn't there,
Right.
So I don't have no bond with none of my siblings but one sister, and her name Diamond Harris, which is on my papa's side. But that's how people didn't know that I'm the oldest of 11 kids all together. A lot of them just carry their parents, traits, jealous,
Right.
hatred. So, that it is what it is. But I had a challenging childhood, but it built me to who I am today.
So what made you get into the community organizing and working and helping people?
Yeah, at first it started out, I started preaching at 7 years old. A lot of folks don't know that. I started preaching at 7 years old to teddy bears with the Bible. And my adopted mama found out, 'cause I was running the room, and I shut the door, and I just be talking to the teddy bears and preaching. I found myself doing that too when I'm in the house by myself. I just be practicing preaching. And I became a licensed minister at the age of 14. A lot of people don't know that either. And that's my first time traveling all over Alabama preaching in the country areas, like Clio, Moses, Midway, Alabama, places that folks probably never heard of. But I found activism at the age of around about 14 to 13. I started working for my godfather, the late state representative Alvin Holmes, who had did so much for black folks, not just in Montgomery, but across Alabama as a state lawmaker. And that what got me involved in community stuff. If it wasn't for Alvin Holmes, I'd probably just be preaching still and not running for political office. I never had a desire to be in politics. As a child, I just liked the church. I liked preaching, So that's how that came about. And then on and on. I got active in my school, became school president at ninth grade, freshman, class president
What
in
high school?
Carver High School.
Carver. So
Yeah.
Carver.
And they kicked me out. I was the first person in the history of Carver to get impeached as the freshman class president because we had the freshman, we had the sophomore, we had the junior, we had the senior. And the freshman class, we had like 900 freshmen. And like the sophomore, you probably had about 300 or 400 sophomores, 300 or 400 juniors, 300 or 400 seniors. So I ran the school basically with 900 some ninth graders, and I was radical. They didn't like my radical. I wore a suit. I was real skinny and slim, and I challenged the principal and all of them. They didn't like that.
What was radical about it? You
Well,
trying to make changes and calling them out?
Yeah, whenever
Yeah.
they mess with a student, like one girl, I had a crush on that girl. That's a fine girl with burgundy hair.
Shouts out to you.
I don't know where she at now, but she had a twin. She had a petition. She took a petition around. She was in 10th grade. I like the older women then. And I was in the 9th. She was in the 10th. She carried a petition around on Mr. Gibbs about he did something to her, said something to her, and I helped her. And he never liked that. But he liked me today now, but didn't like me then. But I was radical. I called about it. They messed with the 9th graders, the 10th, 11th, 12th grade. I called about it. I called out some of the ones in leadership position at school. So, you know, and that's where it all started at. I dropped out of college when I got to the 10th. It wasn't by choice, it was by force. My biological mama wanted to act like she was trying to do stuff and talk to my adopted dad and said he needed to get a job instead of being in school.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I ran for mayor. I was the first youngest black person to run for mayor
I know
in
that.
2008. Yes, of Montgomery, throughout the country. I was the first. And that's how my political life started when I ran for mayor. But it all started when I was a kid. I was very active and involved. And my classmates would call on me. Yeah, they'll call on me. Anything go down in the school, they'll say, we're going to call JaMel. They had a hate-love relationship with me in school. I was bullied on one hand, and they needed me on the other hand. No different how folks do today.
Mm-hmm. So, you got social media on fire. You doing numbers, and I ain't never seen nothing like you. Biggest in Alabama by far. What made you start that? You just got on and just making skits, or just talking, or what was the drive?
Well, like I tell people, a lot of these young folks coming up now that is in their 20s and teenagers they never experienced MySpace. So before I mastered Facebook, I mastered MySpace.
Right.
So if I could get my old MySpace page, I'm going to try to look for my old MySpace page.
You should have pull it up.
Yeah, if you go look at it, I was vocal then on MySpace as a child. I was radical then. And it just brought the same drive to Facebook. When Facebook was created, I was one of the first people with the Facebook. The Facebook account that I have now is the same one I had when I first started Facebook in 2008. I think Facebook started in 2007 or 6. I got on Facebook in 2008, and that page been doing numbers since then. On the content part, I learned from Country Wayne. I learned a lot from Country Wayne. I'll be meeting Country Wayne soon. I became a vegan because of Country Wayne. Country Wayne a vegan. He don't eat meat.
How long you been doing the vegan thing?
Since 2019. So I got it from Country Wayne. I got the content from Country Wayne. Country Wayne dominated social media when it comes to making money. Mm-hmm. Nobody can outbeat Country Wayne. Country Wayne make over $600,000 a month off of Facebook alone. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I took that from Country Wayne. I learned from. I'm the type of person give a man their props, and I give him his props or open the door for people like me, Drewski, E. Willis, LaCorner, all them folks. There's no shade, but nobody wouldn't be doing what they're doing now when it comes to making money off of social media if it wasn't for Country Wayne. Because he opened the door for that. And
Yeah.
Facebook wasn't paying no money. Back then, I was on Facebook when Facebook was paying us for commercials. So these new content creators and folk coming up now, they don't know nothing about social media. Like, we are the GOATs. I'm that
Right.
hidden gem GOAT when it comes to before. I'm not talking about the Black Belt podcast, but in Montgomery, before any of them Negroes started talking about podcasts and shows, I had the JaMel Brown show started in 2016, and that one of the message shows in Montgomery. And we dominated. We called cheaters out, people out of everything. And now folks want to come out in Montgomery with shows and podcasts. But I paid that way for that. I paid a whole lot of ways in Montgomery. And then I just decided to take it statewide and pay this way for the governor's way. And I did a damn good job with that.
You did that. And with the love also always come with the hate. And it be puzzling me how people get so frustrated and angry with you over social media
Yeah.
and the back and forth.
Right.
How you handle that? Do you
Right.
and how your mindset deal with it? Do it ever get to you?
Every now and then, it gets to me, but I
Right.
learned to ignore it because social media pays my bills, so I learned to ignore it, and I tell people, you is no, you gotta either social media can either make you or break you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It can either finance you or definance you. It's however you do it. But I like to troll with them. They troll, I troll. But you know what I'm saying? But it gets to me sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Does it? It does. But I master trying to just handle social media and don't let social media handle me.
Right. Yeah. Mental health. We talk about that in the black community.
Yeah.
It's really a big issue.
Right.
That don't get a lot of attention. How do you handle your mental health? You see anybody or you just pray and keep it in? How you relieve your stress
Yeah.
and keep calm?
Well, one of the things I do, block. I tell people
You
all the
definitely
time.
doing that.
That's the ultimate pill to mental health, and it's mental health month. I'll probably talk about that later. I just block folks. Like, what helps me, music, being alone sometimes. I talk to my pastor. I have a pastor too, and he helps me out a lot. The conversations that we have, that helps me out a lot. Driving around my city, looking at where I come from, it helps me out. It's a different stroke for every folk, but that's what helps me out.
Okay. So, let me hear about some of the things I know you did a lot. I always see you giving out food and all kind of things in the community. People think it's a joke with it or whatever, but let's talk about some of those things. What some things you did do to help your community in our area?
Well, in Montgomery during the pandemic, I myself fed over 50,000 people for free.
Shouts out that.
And folks don't talk about that, but it's all out there. I fed over 50,000 some people during the pandemic. From the year 2016 to up to last year, I done fed over 100-some thousand folks. I have given back free school supplies, pencils, papers, crayons, clothes, shoes, or you have it. And it's because of my impressive skills and my name to just talk to folks and say, write a check. I go to any business owner in Montgomery, any politician, any judge, I need a check for $1,000. Come from to do this, they'll write it. I need a check to do this, they'll write it. I need a check to do that, they'll write it because they have respect for me. And, people don't listen to them trolls on social media. The folks that do most of the talking is people that probably working at McDonald's or Burger King can't go in their pocket, like you and me.
Right.
I know you able to go in your pocket and give me $1,000 right now and say, hey, enjoy your day and don't hurt for it. You know, I'm able to do it. I think they're able to do it. Them folks ain't able to do that. So we give. We giving back, and that's how you get blessed, by giving back. But I know how to go to the politicians. I know how to go to the pastor. Now I want a check. They'll give me a check in my name, and we make it happen. So we did a whole lot. If I tell you, we'll be here for days. It's from stopping illegal roadblocks in Montgomery. If it's stopping the Board of Education doing something that is unjust to black kids in Montgomery County, stopping the former mayor, who was white, from turning the first black library into a police substation. I did a whole lot, man. A whole lot. I the one had the Confederate flags took down for the state capitol from Governor Robert Bentley, who was the governor before Kay Ivey.
Right.
I made him take the flags down back during the 2015 Black Lives Matter movement. I had him took it down and told him we'll protest if he don't. He took it down just like other governors across the South was removing those Confederate flags. So, like, we did a lot. I did a lot to make a difference.
And I seen you going back. We just had the Jubilee, and now we got this thing going around where, you know, they're saying they're trying to take our vote, and we got people marching and protesting. I'm not really familiar with all that, but, you know, inform us and the people about what's going on with politics and our votes.
Yeah, with the mapping decision, it basically, what I'm getting enlightenment on it, and I probably get some phone calls after I say that from black folks in the Democratic Party. They're trying to use it as a racial situation. The Republicans are trying to use it as a partisan situation. They cannot take away our votes, you know, unless they go back and try to tear down the 14th or the 15th Amendment and tear down the 1965 Voting Rights Act. What they're doing is called partisan gerrymandering. A lot of people say it's a racial gerrymander, but if they're doing, they'll be breaking the law themselves. But I don't know what the intent of the lawmakers down south, what they're trying to do, but Obama and Attorney General Eric Holder, they did it during Obama time, and now they just flipped the script. So it's a situation where Democrats and Republicans need to stop the gerrymandering with these maps, period. But the 1965 voting rights was for stopping states from making black folks take tests in order to vote. Right. They had to qualify. That's what 1965 was about. It was not about redistricting. And, you know, if I put that out, the folks in Birmingham and leadership would get mad because that's the plot. But, you know, that's why I say I just tell the truth, you know, no matter what. But it don't have anything to do with our vote right. But I was screaming that. But after being enlightened and doing some studying today before I got here, it's not a racial, it's a partisan. But folks on the Democrat side trying to make it racial.
Right. Well, that's why reading is good and studying and getting information.
Yeah, it's not racial.
Just get on social
media. They're not trying to destroy 1965 vote right because it was all about, Dr. King went to Selma to stop them and protest the fact that they were making black folks take tests, poll taxes, pay poll taxes, take tests in order to vote. And that was unfair for black folks to do it, but not white folks.
And right after Jubilee, it was a whole outcry of, you know, all these politicians just want to come to Selma, you know, to take their picture and walk across the bridge. But as you know, you're not far right there in Montgomery, the trouble and the crime in the community and how bad it is. How you feel about all that? What's going on?
Well, I said that last March in Selma, they got mad at me. But, you know, I'm going to say it again. It don't make no sense that we cross that bridge every year in remembrance of what happened on Bloody Sunday. And you get all these celebrities, these rich folks in Selma, and they don't do shit for Selma. They don't do nothing for Selma area. They don't do nothing. But the backlash last year was, well, you know, a lot of our great grandmothers and great granddaddies was on that bridge and stuff like that, and that's understandable. I'm not taking that from them. A lot of my folks out of Montgomery was on that bridge. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't just a Selma thing. It was a nation thing.
Right.
It was a Selma to Montgomery thing. You get what I'm saying? Dr. King ain't from Selma. He from Albany, Georgia. John Lewis ain't from Selma. Andrew Young ain't from Selma. Jesse Jackson, none of the folks from Selma. But they came to Selma for that movement, and they had a purpose. But you got these folks that continue to cross that bridge in Selma at the Jubilee, which is a nice thing, don't get me wrong. And it's good that we commemorate, but let's start holding these folks in power by their wallet. Don't
Right.
just come in for a photo op and Selma and don't leave us no money.
Well, it should be millions. Each
It should
time
be
they
millions.
come down, left
Should
behind.
be million. And you look at the condition of Selma is bad. That's why I got 600 votes out of Selma. That was good. I got 600 votes out of Dallas County. It's good. But my point is, we need to hold folks accountable.
Absolutely. And hell of a run running for governor. What you learned along the way doing that through the whole process? Some things that probably surprised you that you was unaware of, or any shocks?
No, it was a wonderful experience. I had got more votes. Being a state lawmaker was talking about that last night. Penny McClammy, she represents Montgomery in the state house. I got more votes than some mayors get across the state, that city council members get across the state, well, county commissioners get across the state. You know, I done beat a lot of them state lawmakers with them numbers. I'm proud of that, you know. So the only thing I learned, I liked about it is just going to other counties and cities that I ain't never heard of or seen. And there's counties that I got over 100 votes out of that I ain't even been to. Like Marengo County is one of them. Never been to Marengo County, but 500 people voted for me. So that
Ringo
was
Wilcox, we just
yeah.
like
Wilcox voted for me big. I got over 500 there, but it's a blessing. It comes with a curse too. Folks want to try to find everything they can to try to
assassinate your character.
assassinate your character. So since they can't find nothing on me, they attempt to use social media, and you know, it just is delusional.
Very much so. I see all over the place. Y'all voted for him, and y'all wasting y'all voting. It's our right to vote. We pick who we like, and
Exactly.
let that be what it is.
Exactly.
And these other candidates need to, I don't know, present something to us for a change instead of it seems like our vote just go ignored, or
Right.
it seems like they got it in their pocket, so they don't really cater to us enough. I
Right.
feel it's
Right.
really disrespectful in a way.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, it's sad. There's a girl out there in Birmingham, is a attorney that she need to focus on her own life and trying to focus on her attorney career. You know, criticize the 15,808 people that voted for me. And it's sad that they criticize those folks, but people have the right to vote for. They criticize me for voting for Trump 3 times, you know, so it's understandable. You get what I'm saying? But you can't criticize nobody for who they voted for, you know. Doug Jones hasn't done nothing for black folks. That's what we need to criticize at. We need to criticize what folks ain't doing for black folks in Alabama and in America.
What was some of your what would you call it campaign promises? What ideas and aspirations you had as being
Well, legalizing marijuana was one of my top priorities. And we still on that fight. We ain't gave up just because we lost the battle, you know, bringing the lottery in. We still on that. Fighting for removed sales tax off groceries. We're still on that. That's going to be in the legislature again in the next session. We're going to fight for that. And the minimum wage, establish a state minimum wage. Tuberville is going to be the next governor of Alabama. And I'm going to work with Tuberville to make sure the black agenda get some attention and get passed. Point blank, period. So I'm soon I'll be in talks with Tuberville and his campaign to work on, see what we can do to make life better for black folks, the 1.3 million black folks in Alabama, you know. And people going to probably say, oh, he bypassing the November election. Of course I am, because Doug Jones is going to lose bad. It's out, the numbers are there.
Yeah,
He's going to lose bad. So why focus on November? They want me to focus on November so bad. They want me to go across the whole state to get people to vote and turn out in November. You know, I want people to get out and vote and turn out in November, but my goal is set on this. The man is going to be inaugurated as the 55th governor of Alabama in January of next year. Let's start working to see what we can do together to make life better for black folks.
Right.
That's it. That's all.
It don't stop with just the voting. And,
that's right.
After election day, we still got work to do. Still need changes made.
That's
we got to get these teachers and everybody paid more money because
that's right.
With inflation and gas prices, I mean, we got to survive out here.
That's right.
We just can't sit down on our hands. We got to get out here and do the work.
That's right.
So that's why I named the show Black Belt, because it's really about the community.
Right.
And
exactly.
everybody in this area and our struggle and our plot. People, we go ignored way too much to the wayside.
Right, and that's the drive I'm taking back to him. And I just don't understand why folks are, you know, just so scared. You know, they're just scared. You know, like it's the end of the world. They thought it was gonna be the end of the world when Trump became president. It's not the end of the world. You know, so I don't care who in there. We still got work to do, and I'm gonna do my part.
Absolutely. Well, let's lighten it up a little bit. Welcome back to the Black Belt Podcast. I hope y'all enjoying the show. We got JaMel Brown here with us. I see you on flyers everywhere, out celebrating, having a good time. We just did a show in Wilcox. That was January, I think. Down in Pine Hill when you brought the blues singers down or whatever. That was real big, and we appreciated that. What else next? When you come back to Wilcox, they miss you around here. They definitely love you.
Yeah, I will be back in Wilcox to the homegoing, which will be, I think, in October or November.
Oh, Wilcox Homecoming.
Yeah, I'll be back to there and the bonfires and trail rides. I'm excited to be able to go back to those. That was one of the things I enjoyed running for governor, is going to those bonfires. Those was lit. So I'll be back to those and, you know, other counties and stuff across. But my concentration going forward is going to be the Black Belt, all the black majority counties in Alabama, see what we can do to make a difference, you know, and have some fun. So, yes.
Absolutely. What else on your agenda? What are on your plans, goals, aspirations?
Yeah. Well, I just announced before we got here, in which I did online, filed my paperwork with the Federal Election Commission to run for president of the United States of America. So that was the good news I wanted to announce on your show. And folks saying, you know, he's going to run for president. He said, you ain't got to raise no money. You just got to have a phone. When David went against Goliath, he had 3 stones. That's it. When JaMel go against the world, I only have one thing. I have my phone. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to run this campaign, and wherever they invite me to come to wherever state, I will go. I'll show up. But we're going to make some noise. We're going to make some noise, and, you know, that's it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
President.
Yeah.
A black president from Alabama.
Yeah. You know, win or lose, we're going to do it. 2028, we're going to do it. And I'm not going to stop there, you know. I may run for mayor of Montgomery next year. I don't know. You know, they want me to, but I don't know.
Ooh, you're going to have to block a lot of people now.
They are.
The trolls is on the way.
Yeah, they talking about it now. They trolling now. Yeah, they trolling now. They mad and they boots. But the whole point is, Edwin, is that we can do whatever we put our minds to.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? I'm 35 years old, from the hood off the west side of Montgomery, been through a whole lot, and I want to show my ancestors and show the folks here that we can make things happen, we can make a difference, we can make a change, and we just all just do it.
Right.
Like Knight say, just do it.
Because everything was definitely well entertaining online or whatever, but I always try to find a message, and you just
Right.
got to
And
understand
it's
what
a
you're
message.
looking at and pay attention.
Right, right.
And
And then, you know, like I said, and folks bring up religion, you know, they don't know God for real. They don't know Jesus for real. Jesus spoke in parables. I'm glad you said that. When he talked about the woman searched the whole house looking for one penny. For one penny, it's a message behind that. It's a message behind everything I do and everything I say. And you just got to get that message out there. Yeah, it's not up to me to tell you the message. It's up to me to confirm the message once you've been enlightened what the message is behind whatever.
and behind every powerful man in the movement, you got to always have a good team and foundation around you. How's your team? You know, you want to give them a shout out and give them some praise?
Yeah, I have a good circle of folks. Sometimes you get team folks that come in that want to be nosy, want to make money off of you, want to make business, want to get content off of you and stuff like that. You have to cut them off, you know, because they don't be genuine with it.
Right.
But I like, I tell my old lady this, I like people I went to school with. They know me better.
No,
I don't
they
like new
ones.
people. Yeah, I don't like too many new people. It take me a long time to get to know new people. They have to actually be aligned with my spirit. So, you know, I got some good people on my team that's around me. And sometimes your biggest team and your best team is yourself. Because if you know your own vision, then, you know, can't nobody implement your vision, go hard with your vision more than you can. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody got a vision and a purpose. And, you know, my destiny may not be tied to your destiny. And this ain't going to be tied to your destiny. I have my own destiny. So I have good people. I have a great chief of security, a great manager. I picked Tobias Tate. I think that's my second or third cousin. I think that's my second cousin. That's my second cousin out of Georgia to help manage the entertainment. He had open doors already for me to meet people like Funny Marco, Trey Song, and Drewski. He done opened all doors and we put some stuff together. And then one of the guys from down here where you all at, Jerome, the taxi guy, he's now on the team. You gotta get people who qualify to know folk. You can't get folks that don't know folk. So them two said, JaMel, we got you. You know, just tell her what you need and we got you. And I appreciate them two brothers.
Yeah. Shouts out to the tax guy, one of Wilcox's finest. People be sleeping on the country. We got a lot of good things.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
we're
lot
gonna bring some things. I'm not gonna reveal what me and him talked about. We're gonna about to bring some things this fall and winter to Wilcox. Some big names along with me.
Lord, I've just been flooded with so many questions to ask you, and I was just like, this really, I don't really want to say I like doing interviews or like an interview show is normally set up for 4 people, just sit around and have good conversation,
Right.
good honest conversation.
Right.
But the questions I've been getting is some of them like, do you believe in God?
Yeah.
You believe in God, right?
Yeah, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me. Yeah, well, I'm not scared to answer no question, but I tell people all the time, I believe not only in God, but I am God.
Okay.
And so some people say, well, what do you mean, JaMel? I am God. If you read the scriptures tell you when God created the earth, the world, he said, let us. He was talking to somebody. He wasn't talking to angels. He was talking to himself. He said, let us make man in our own image according to our own likeness. You get what I'm saying? We are gods. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But we have a creator, that created us to be. But folks get mad because I don't worship God through the lens of how they was taught through brainwash. Even I was brainwashed on religion. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I carry the title pastor proud. I'm not the type of pastor that you all and I grew up on. Pastor is a title. You don't have to have a building to be a pastor. And like somebody made a post out of Columbus, Georgia, said, where were any of you all anyway when God did chose him? Y'all wasn't around, so who can say if God chose me or not? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So yes, I believe in God, but I believe in a lot of stuff being misinterpreted and changed around. And that's why I love Freemasonry, because Masonry opens up your eyes to who you are and the temple that you are. And when I found out the true name of God, I found out through Masonry, not church. When I found out the true identity of God and black folks, I found it through Masonry, not through the church. And, that's it, that's all, But folks are so delusional, once again, they go off of what they have been taught. And like you just said, instead of just studying yourself, the scripture tells us study, show ourselves approved. Just study, study. If you study, you'll know there's a big difference between cuss words and curse words. A major difference between spelling words and words. You get what I'm saying? You'll know it's a major difference, but I can't save everybody. He died for the world, and a lot of them niggas are still lost. So if he could save everybody, I can't either. I could just put it out there.
What else I had on the agenda? Cause just speaking about just misconceptions and things like that nature, and that was eye-opening there. Curse words. A lot of that stuff we just bypass, and it really don't hit us into it. We just sit down and pay attention.
Right. Just like what we're speaking on, prime example is a microphone. You read the scriptures. In my Bible, I have 88 books, and the Bible that was given to us got 66 books. But in both Bibles, you don't find the word microphone. So if we can go back 5,000 years ago, or we could just go back 100 years ago and say the word microphone to Harriet Tubman, she'll be like, what's a microphone? What's this? You catch on what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If we take this, if we could just go back into time just 200 years ago, folks would be like, what is that? What's that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, the world changed.
Yeah, the world don't change, but it's the people that changes things as time go on and go on. But my point is, this is a man-made instrument, and the microphone is a man-made word. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they wouldn't even know what it is. So I think like that, I study like that, but a lot of other folks, they need to do the same thing instead of worrying about, criticize me being a pastor and throwing scriptures up that they don't even know the substance behind those scriptures.
True. They definitely, this social media thing is funny. I pop up in there every now and then just to watch it be entertained with everybody, but the anger and the outrage and I just can't understand where that evilness and the hate come from. It's just so passionate.
Right. All behind a keyboard. And it be people hundreds of miles away.
Never seen you, never bypassed it.
They talking about me in Columbus, Georgia now because I called out they sheriff for saying something about me on the post. But a lot of people in Columbus saying he ain't said nothing wrong. We got a major crime problem in Columbus, Georgia. The jail is bad, but folks are just so
And the
sick.
sheriff took his time out to come
They
to
will
attack
come to
him.
post with a scripture on it. And I do a shot back at him. I said something about him. And you got folks that saying, oh, JaMel, the sheriff will have a whole team at your door. They said the same thing about Wilcox. I've been back to Wilcox several times and seen the sheriff of Wilcox County. They said how he had went and got folks. We did our research. He went and got folks that broke the law in Wilcox County. But when you attack me on social media and you're in a position of power like his daughter did, who's a probate judge in Wilcox County, you is not exempt from my Facebook wrath. You
Right.
just not. You're not exempt. Nobody exempt. We have a president that shows you every day. That's why I like the president, because his authenticity. I don't like all his policies. No, I don't like that he's got gas prices going up high. I don't like some of his racial tension policies. But you can't get mad for a person who being who they are. And I tell this to people all the time. I'd rather have a known enemy than a fake friend sitting in front of me. So,
Absolutely.
they get very mad, but I think they think that's supposed to scare me. That don't scare me, and the worst person to mess with is a man that's not afraid to die. You get what I'm saying? And then, I can flip that around on you, I was telling my old lady that, well, we already dead and just waiting to be alive. Yeah, think about it. Because the scripture teaches us that when we die, we get new life.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, we already dead, waiting on new life to come. So when we die, new life came. See, people don't think like that. They're so traditional mindset when it comes to things, and that's why I don't relate to too many people.
Absolutely. Well, any message or something you want to put out to the world, to my listeners, my followers, before we close this out, and give you the opportunity to deliver your message?
I just feel like everybody need to find out what their purpose is, fulfill their purpose, and be a change maker, be a difference maker. And the world will be a better place if people will just mind their business and stay in their own lane. Stop worrying about the next person.
Right.
Everybody got flaws. Everybody got sins. I don't care. From the president to the janitor, we all got to see that creator one day and answer for everything we did, everything we didn't do, and everything we supposed to do. So that's why I challenge people that are listening, instead of criticizing me, look in the mirror. The one of the best songs Michael Jackson made was Take a Look at the Man in the Mirror. And when you look in the mirror, you can find a whole lot about you that need to be worked on. And that's why, once again, I love masonry, because masonry teaches us, this ain't no secret, I can say this, teaches you about the temple that folks can't see, but you can see it. And the temple that I work on every day to try to be better is my temple. Because I'm not no perfect person. I have flaws. But guess what? To the lady that said something about me, about voting, why they voted for him, I wasn't on Epstein Island.
That part.
I didn't sacrifice children.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I didn't mess with children. I didn't rape women, and I wasn't powerful doing that. So I'm not Alabama enemy.
Right.
The Alabama enemies are the ones at D.C. that are up there actually worshiping the Antichrist and waiting on his return to come. Because people don't know the Antichrist got to come first before Christ come back. And you got folks at D.C. right now worshiping him, and anticipating his return. But they so worried about JaMel cuss, JaMel dance on social media. He do this with his girlfriend. He do that. But what have I done to destroy the next person's life? I haven't done anything. Epstein did. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like P Diddy. I can't say what P Diddy did. I wasn't there, but I do know he's a freak. Like a lot of black folks freak. Black folks love baby oil. You know, they are black folks love orgies and freak offs. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I can't jump on the I hate.
Yeah,
I can't jump on the hate. I hate P Diddy train. I can't get on that.
Right.
But it's a fact what Epstein, a white man, did to white women. But it's an outrage because he did it to white women. Think about it. It's an outrage because he did it to white women. But you got black folks mad because of what a white man did to white women. But look what been going on for generations in the black household with granddaddies, great-great-granddaddies and all that. And just been swept up under the rug. So I haven't done none of that is what I'm getting to. Do I have flaws? Yes, I have flaws. I have an anger problem. I got to work on that. I have a anger management problem. I really got to work on that. I have a sex addict problem. But you know, God bless me with a woman that loves sex just as me, and now I found out I can't keep up. So now I think I'll no longer have a sex addict problem.
You cured.
So yeah, so you know, I'm addressing my flaws publicly. What I have, you know what I'm saying? I'm a freak. I'm a womanizer. You know what I'm saying? I love women. I love looking at big women, and she knows that. You know, but respectfully, I don't cheat on her. You know what I'm saying? But I was a hoe. I was quick to pay a bill, and you know, and fuck something. You know, in my 20s, I've been delivered from that when I got 30. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I paid bills. I paid to get the pussy. If I want, I pay. But a lot of them have to pay to get it. If you married, you still got to pay.
You gonna pay one way or
You know
another.
what I'm saying? Like, as
Upfront
a
and
relationship,
back end.
she don't forget to tell me, send me some money. You know, when you book me, she said, send me some of that podcast money. I have to send some of that podcast money. So you know, if you married or whatever, you still, you know, you got to give.
Right.
So is it prostitution? No. Is it pay to play? No. Because in order to get something from God, you got to give something to Him.
Right.
God ain't gonna just give you something. You gotta give something to God. And what turn God on is praise. That's kind of freaky, ain't it? What turn God on is praise and worship. What turn Him on is praise and worship. And you read the scriptures in the Old Testament before He came in the form of a man to save us. At first, you had to do sacrifices. And the Bible says when they did them sacrifices, sacrificing turtle dove, sacrificing red bull, or sacrificing a clean animal like a goat or something, and they put it on the altar. The Bible says that it's a sweet smell savor came up to heaven, and God smelt it, and it satisfied God. So God freaking. He a freak. God that turned them on. God said, if you sacrifice a turtle dove, I'll forgive your sin.
That's easy. That is.
It was that easy. So when he got tired of the turtle doves and the red bulls, the red heifers, he said, I'm gonna prepare a body, go down there and save man. And he was crucified, died on the cross. He had to pay a price for us to be able to get to him in the afterlife. You still paying something.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Just like with weed, why criminalize it? Give me some water. I felt kind of dizzy just then. I think I need to eat when we leave here. Thank you so much. I felt a little dizzy just then.
It has been hot down here after all that rain. It got real humid. I don't know what's been going on. Past
Yeah,
past
that
5, 6
never
days
happened
straight
before.
rain.
Yeah. So, um, that's what happens. So, my point is, I have flaws, but I can admit mine,
Right.
and and I'm better at myself every day. So that's that. But the last thing I have to say, I thank God uh, for my girlfriend. She's very supportive. They give her hell. She done took a lot, but when we getting paid off of it, so I tell her, let them folks talk. You think Beyonce getting them coming? She got the beehive. You get what I'm saying? I have the members, the church members. I'm sorry, I let them handle them comments. I'm tired of talking to folks in comments. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I let the church members have it. And that's it. You know, I appreciate her. I appreciate my chief of security, Devontae. He from down South Alabama too. I met some good people on the trail, even like you. You good people at we've been conversing for the past 6, 7 months, and I just want to continue to meet good people in the rural, and let's focus on the black belt and make it stronger. I want the black belt in closing. I want the black belt so strong that we don't have to go to Atlanta, we don't have to go to Birmingham, we don't have to go to Vegas. Everything we need is in
Right here.
Marengo, Wilcox, Dallas, Montgomery County, Macon County, Lowndes County. You get what I'm saying? Baldwin County, Mobile County, wherever is a majority black population, we're gonna make sure we have the best malls, the best shopping centers, the best places to go to, and we won't have to go to Atlanta, the best water park, the best of whatever. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And Tommy Turville, he gonna listen and he gonna act accord. Cause I promise you, he don't want the smoke from us.
That
I
right.
kid you like that. Why you can't be scared. I fought people more powerful than him, the Attorney General, that can prosecute anybody in Alabama, but he never came and prosecuted me for nothing. Cause guess what? You can't find none on me. It's nothing there.
You ever
That's
get
it.
worried about that? You know, trying to take down a black man.
They can't, cause there's nothing you can do to me. I don't.
Yes.
I don't never catch my hand dirty.
Right.
Ain't nobody never offer me anything to jump out the race. When I'm running for governor, nobody tried to blackmail me. I'm very cautious how I talk to people. See, I'm from the hood too, so I got street sense. You know, so I got law sense. You know, I got school sense. I got all type of sense. So a person writing me, I know if it's the feds or somebody trying to trap me, they can't trap me. I got too many cousins right now, still dope boys and stuff that put me on game. Put me on game then and still put me on game now. So go, they can't trap me. I got some right now, and you know, hey, they powerful in Montgomery, and I just leave it at that. They can't trap me or nothing. 'Cause I don't do anything. Number one, but number two, you can't ease it. And the Bible said money answers all things, but also it said the love of money is the root of all evil. I don't love money. I like money, but I'm gonna go work for it. I'm gonna play that Facebook real good. That's my trap house. And the folks on it is the dope, but they don't even know it. So, I'm gonna keep working and make that money and get that 1044 and go on file it every year like I supposed to. And that's it. That's all. They can't get me. You know, they just, you know, all they get me. They have to catch me slipping on something. You know, can't no woman come to me. You know, it be women come to me throwing a little pussy at me trying to get me, but I tell them, man, go on about your way, man. You look good and everything. I don't even say that. I say it in my mind, but I just go block. 'Cause I already know what the intent is behind. They be trying to get me, man. Try to catch me in something, but they can't catch me because I'm very wise. And I carry the Spirit of God with me, and the Spirit of God ain't gonna mislead you. That's not wrong. You got the Spirit of God with you, man. You could go anywhere, say anything, do anything. Ain't nobody gonna touch you.
Right.
God, I don't watch people. I'll tell you recently, I don't watch people die. I don't watch people die because they said something about me. I kid you not. I watch people that die either by a handgun or a sickness or a cancer. Because the scripture said, touch not my anointed. I can't say what God called you to do, Edwin Dennis. You get what I'm saying? That's between you and your creator. But if you say you a follower of him, I'm not going to touch you, Edwin. I ain't going to say nothing to you. Because that's between you and him. And that's what people got to be the same way. He created us. Let him handle me. Do he whoop me? Yeah, he whoop me when I be disobedient to him, not to y'all. Because y'all humans, y'all flesh and blood. My obedience and allegiance is to him. So I keep that mindset. And that's how Trump is. Believe it or not, that's how Trump is. Trump don't give a fuck. Because he know who his allegiance is to. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to look beyond what the social media and media tell you, fake news. Have you ever sat down with the man and see what his head really is, what he trying to do? That's it. Just like you sit down and talk to JaMel Brown. Don't go off of Facebook. Right. The only allegations they got on me is Facebook. They got no other allegation.
That's insane.
Yeah. We done filed a police report, and I'm going to put this out here because it's right to put this out here. And the police, they investigating, looking for the, I got an email, they looking for the IP address now so we can file harassment charges. But attempting to put out there to keep me politically from running for another office, said that I raped somebody.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. But, and you typing it in on Facebook in the caption and say, I'll post it right now. Why you ain't post it?
That part.
Why you ain't post it? You got children?
Yes, I got a daughter.
How old she is?
14.
If your 14-year-old daughter says she seen JaMel in the mall,
Down.
you ain't no right or text her, right?
Nah, none of that.
Case closed. Let's end the podcast. That's what I'm just saying. That's my point.
Right.
Why would you even write it
on Facebook? Like, that's just clout.
But then post it though. But you text from two different numbers. You text from a 205 number and a 334 number. But it's all in the hands of law enforcement now. Mm-hmm. Your tactic is to, I forgot the detective told me what the tactic is, but it's like a sort of like a conspiracy to blackmail or prohibit me from running for a political office off of a lie.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
If that was your daughter,
nah.
I just put it out there.
Ain't no.
What? Why ain't out there now? Why you just got it on the couch and y'all cheering from this man right here? You screenshot that, but you never posted it. You ain't heard about this to today, right?
Right. My first
Your
time
mom
hearing
ain't heard about it. Nobody heard about it. All people know this is me, Zakia, people in my inner circle, and MPD in the Fed. But they tracked that IP address down from a text app number.
Oh shit!
So we could place felony harassment charges on a public figure. You get what I'm saying? So me being a public figure, being in the position I am now, it gets ways and gets shit done. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's the type of attacks. He gay don't work. Never caught me with a man.
What's the whole pickle shit that he was talking about?
Well, somebody conspired. When you get drunk, my get back kit is salt and vinegar chips, Sprite, ginger ale, orange juice, and Goody powder, and Gatorade, lime Gatorade, and pickle juice. Pickle juice has sodium and it's salt. Right. It helps you to bounce back. You get what I'm saying? It helps you bounce back quick.
Did that before?
You did that before.
Absolutely.
So I was rushing out my hotel room to check out. It was real cold after January 25th, January 26th. I intentionally left the pickle on the counter with the juice drunk out, but the pickle still in there because I was just lazy. I was in the room by myself. And me as a kid, when he go on, I like to get a room on my birthday weekend every year. I always got a room. So whoever the out of shape manager is, she told my Masonic brother My Masonic brother was scared to tell me, so he told another Masonic brother. And that Masonic brother, like, we got to remember our oath and obligation.
Right.
I'm going to let my brother know what she trying to do. So she said she went up there and found a pillar.